Good morning again. My name is Scott Atkins. I'm the city manager, so would like to welcome all of you this morning to our annual Student Government Day, and glad that you could make it. We're happy to have you here and are sure that you're going to have a wonderful day. I want to start kind of with a quote this morning before we get into the program. Hand in hand with freedom of speech goes the power to be heard, to share in the decisions of government which shape men's lives. That was a quote from Robert Kennedy in the late 1960s. And I think it still has relevance today, some 50 years later, because the future of government and the success of government lies in the hands of those that are involved. So today is your official kickoff of becoming involved in government. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to our distinguished mayor, Mr. Robert Taylor. The mayor will be presenting a key to the city, I believe, this morning. Mayor? Right there. I made sure we had it. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Like every other government day, this is one of our special days in the city here, of Roseville here. It brings out the students in the city of Roseville to get involved in city government, and it's a fun day for all the elected officials and supervisors and department heads that can share some of their job duties and some of the interests of the city with the rest of the students in the city of Roseville. So I want to thank everybody for participating. On behalf of the city of Roseville, I want to thank the Roseville School Board, the Roseville Schools Administration. Thank you very much for having this day. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think this happened when I was in school, and I went to school a long time ago in the city of Roseville. So whenever this started, I was asking earlier when this actually started. I don't know if we recall, do we? I don't know, but Mr. Steelen, you graduated a few years after me. Was it going on when you were in school?
He was kicked out that night.
So,
Go back to the one rule school days.
so I want to thank everybody for, Virginia, Scott Atkins, and the rest of the people that put this together. This is a great day for the city of Roseville. It's a fun day for the city of Roseville, and it's just something we all enjoy. So thank you, everyone, for coming out today. With that, because I'm turning my job over right now to Lily Kelsich. Lily, step up here real quick, because I'm going to show you how this is going to work. This is a key to the city of Roseville. You are in charge of this. It's all yours. Lily, you want to say a couple things?
Okay. Well, never been given a key before, so this is interesting. But I think that whether we want to go into government or not, because of course we are going to learn about the government and specifically the city government, I think that it's just a day of leadership and learning how to be involved in your government, know what's going on. So even if this is not the path that you're taking, I think we are all going to learn a lot today. So should be good. That's it.
And now I believe the portion of the program that we're all looking forward to early this morning, and that would be breakfast, and we'll start with an invocation led by Mr. Lipinski. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Good morning. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Lord, we ask for your blessing at this gathering today on Student Government Day. Bless these students, our future leaders, so they will make the most of the opportunities presented to them. We thank you for this food and for this fellowship of students, community leaders, and school leaders. We pray that this food may strengthen us physically, and this fellowship may enrich us spiritually, so that we may do your will better today and every day. Amen.
I'm going to call the city council meeting for April 25th to order. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now going to defer to the city clerk. Can we have roll call, please?
Mayor Kalsick,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Loa,
Present.
Councilman Ahmed,
Present.
Councilman Boyd,
Present.
Councilman Ostero,
Present.
Councilman Swayze.
Present.
Next item on the agenda will be the consent agenda. Are there any items the council wishes to have removed from the consent agenda and placed on consent agenda action items? Okay. No questions?
Oh, I would like to bring up the annual Joe Manfreda Dream Dash that will be held on May 4th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please come. It will help the Roseville Community Schools Scholarship Foundation. It'll be about $25 to participate.
Are there any other items on the consent agenda to be discussed?
City clerk has been busy working on a promotional testing for our police department, also entry level. Police and fire testing to fill vacancies. We're also preparing for the upcoming city election in November. City clerk office has been looking for election inspectors as well. I have applications now for any of you guys that are interested. Let me know. And by the way, to give a quick shout out to Mr. Steenland, as you know, the first coolest guy in the world, but following up on second. Conclude.
Any last items to be discussed on the consent agenda? All right, if there's no other questions, I'll need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make the
Second
motion to
this
approve
motion.
the consent agenda.
Motion by Councilman Ahmed, support by Councilman Swayze. All in favor? Aye.
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 Anyone against? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda will be the approval of request for abatement. Item number 1 is resolution on abatement of public nuisance for 26551 Bloomfield Street. With that, I will defer to City Manager Sikora.
Yes, I'd like to refer to that to the city attorney.
It's in court, Mr. Manager.
Well, the attorney is in court, so we'll get back to that.
Okay, so if there's nothing to be said on that, then table it. We'll table it. Okay, next item on the agenda will be presentations. First off, we will have one presentation of a 25-year service award to Kayla Cornelson for the Department of Public Service Director. So I'll go like that. If Kayla Cornelson can come up by the podium, I will present your award. Kayla began her career with the Roseville Department of Public Services on April 26, 1994, as a mechanic. For the next 13 years, she worked various positions in the Department of Public Services in building maintenance before transferring to a foreman position in the Department of Public Services in October of 2007. Kayla worked her way up to Assistant Director in 2015. She was then promoted to the Department of Public Services Director on January 1st, 2019. Kayla has proven herself to be an exceptional leader and dedicated employee. Many people who have worked with Kayla know she is always one to make you laugh. Congratulations to Kayla on her 25 years of service to the city of Roseville. Next item on the agenda will be the first hearing of the public. The hearings of the public are designated. Public comments on agenda items only will be heard at the first hearing. The second hearing of the public will be for any city business. Upon approaching the podium, please state your name and address, address the chair. You are welcome to direct questions, input information, and/or express opinions to the council. Anyone using inappropriate language will be called out of order and will correct their language or leave the podium. Limit your remarks to not exceed 3 minutes. Anyone not adhering to these rules will be called out of order by the chair. If there's no comments, we will move on to new business. First item under new business will be request for approval per section 14.4C of the city charter to publish notice regarding placing delinquent water bills on the tax rolls for collection. With that, I'll defer to City Manager Sikora.
In accordance with provisions of the city charter, this is an annual request to place delinquent accounts onto the tax bills for collection.
If there's no questions on that, I'll need a motion.
I make motion to approve this request as presented.
I second that.
Motion by Councilman Swayze, support by Councilwoman Lord. All in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda will be request from the Memorial Day Parade Committee to conduct the Memorial Day Parade on Monday, May 27th at 10 a.m. on city streets. With that, again, I will defer to City Manager Sikora.
Do we have Mr. Van Dam to the podium to discuss the Memorial Day Parade?
Good morning, Madam Mayor, Council, Administrators. My name is Paul Van Dam. I am here on behalf of the Memorial Day Parade Committee.
Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go.
I need a police chief. Police chief,
Chief.
remove him.
Chief of Police, can you please remove him?
Remove him.
I'm here to help. I will help them.
Remove
vote
him.
yes.
Out of order, please. Police chief,
I
remove
vote
him.
yes. What'd I do? They're short people.
Look inside of his wig for a
No,
weapon.
short. I mean, they're short people.
Police chief Rosati, please remove him.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. Okay, sorry for that, Mr. Van Dam. Please
That
continue.
was just a taste of the clown parade that will be going on. So,
Right.
sorry, I
Looking
didn't realize he
forward,
was
I
actually
guess.
going to be here to represent the clowns that were going down the street. Again, my name is Paul Van Dam, 29777 Gratiot, Roseville, Michigan, on behalf of the Roseville Parade Committee. As you know, this is an annual tradition here in Roseville. The Memorial Day has been going on since the inception of the city. The parade will be obviously Monday, May 27th, starting at 10 a.m. It'll be on the streets of Roseville, which is common. It'll start at Roseville Junior Sports, and then we'll come down to the plaza here at City Hall, along with the memorial that will be held afterwards. We'll have the Roseville bands will be in the parade. All of our city officials will be in the parade, the fire department, various community groups such as the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. I believe all of the schools also have representatives there. So we just need your permission to proceed with that.
All right, thank you.
And I'll be willing to take any questions that you have.
Any questions? No? All right.
Will any of the Roseville sports teams from the high school be at the parade?
We put out requests for participation, and I believe that they were sent a welcome to attend.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right, thank you. With that, then, I will need a motion.
I make the motion to approve. I'll second that motion.
Motion by Councilman Ahmed, support by Councilman Boyd. All in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Mayor and Council. I hope to see everybody there and wish you a happy Memorial Day.
You too. Thank you. All right. Next item on the agenda will be request adoption of ordinance to amend the City of Roseville Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 313 by repealing same in its entirety and replacing it with an ordinance setting forth definitions and prohibited conduct regarding the sale, possession, and use of tobacco, nicotine, and devices used for their ingestion, penalties, and to provide for a repealer, severability, and effective date. With that, I will defer to City Manager Sikora.
I will defer this to the city attorney.
All right, so we have the resolution of abatement of public nuisance, commonly known as the 2651 Bloomfield Street, Roseville, Michigan, has become and does not present an immediate and continuous danger and hazard to the health, safety, and welfare of the residents of the city of Roseville. For the following described reason, the property is red tagged and deemed not appropriate or approved for occupancy. With several violations existing, the requirement for certification of occupancy with inspection has not been fulfilled, in addition to being unlawfully occupied. Its present condition poses a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the general public.
All right. Any questions? With that, I will need a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve request as presented.
I second this request as presented.
Motion by Councilman Osterhout and support by Councilman Swayze. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda will be appointments, and we would like to appoint Deborah Crowd for the Beautification Commission. So I'll just need a motion to approve Mrs. Crowd.
I'll make that motion.
I second this motion.
Motion by Councilman Boyd, support by Councilman Swayze. Anyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carries. Is Debbie in the crowd?
I'm right here. Debbie is in the crowd, yes. Thank you very much for the appointment. I appreciate your acknowledgement of my passion and my hard work to keep my property beautiful. Love my home, love my neighborhood, love my city. Thank you again.
Congratulations. Next item on the agenda will be reports of the department heads. So if I can call the assessor up to the podium.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. In 2019, the assessment's role has been completed and certified by the Board of Review. Property values in the city are continuing to increase. Our current average sale price for residential property is at $100,000. Our current last year's average sale was $87,000. All property classes increased in assessed value in this year by following purchases: residential 12.18%, commercial 7.56%, and industrial 1.84%. We are currently in the process of rolling over our database into the next tax year to being prepared for the next assessment roll 2020 tax year. I'm glad to hear any questions. Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you. Next up will be the building director.
Good morning, Mayor and Councilor. It is my pleasure to provide to you with an update on the activities of the Roseville Building Department. We are continuing our shared services with the City of St. Clair Shores to provide inspection and plan review services. The new 4-story Holiday Inn hotel is progressing nicely and is expected to be completed later this year. The remaining section of the former Sears store at Macomb Mall is about to begin renovations to make way for a Hobby Lobby store. The vacant Kmart store at Frazo and Gratiot have been purchased by U-Haul and will become a self-storage facility. Thank you.
Any questions?
How much does that hotel cost to make?
We don't know how much it will cost.
Thank you.
Do you know when the Kmart and U-Haul will be replaced on Fraser and Gratiot?
It's currently under review.
Thank you.
Any last questions? Thank you. Next up will be the controller.
Okay, the controller's department just finished the budget for next year. It was really hard work, and we found that there's not a lot of money to go around, so please don't ask me if you can renovate your office. I will say no. So we need everyone to watch the spending, and I ask that you participate in our car wash fundraiser, and we need every dime we need. So we're also taking donations to help the city keep serving the people, so you can donate if you want, but that's it for the time being.
Any questions?
What do you guys do to help the city, like serve the people? Like what all do you do?
Car wash fundraisers.
What else?
Councilman Ahmed?
Where would this car wash fundraiser be held at?
We are currently in the process of planning it, so I'll get back to you at a later time.
Thank you.
Any last question? Councilman Swayze?
Is this the only fundraiser that you have?
No, we're actually planning a bake sale as well. And we're gonna look into it, see what resources we have. We have little spending, so we're trying to make it low budget, but we're in the works.
Thank you.
Any last questions? Thank you. Next up will be the DPS director.
Mayor and Council. This past winter, our Highway Division did an excellent job in keeping the city streets safe and passable. I'm happy to report that we were able to accomplish this task under budget, partially due to the mild start we had, and also due to the dedication and hard work of our crews. This is quite impressive considering we have over 140 miles of road to maintain. Our Water Division repaired 128 water main breaks last year. This number should be significantly reduced by the installation of pressure-reducing valves this year. We continue to perform regular maintenance on the sewer system and pump stations. The Water Division also maintains 1,800 fire hydrants and 3,400 in-ground water valves. Thank you.
Any questions from the council? Thank you. Next up will be our engineer.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. I would like to update you on the current engineering projects for this construction season. Beaconsfield Road and water main replacement from Masonic to 14 Mile has reconvened this spring and should be complete in June. The 2019 road program, which includes East and West Crestmont and Waldorf Road, is expected to start within the next couple of weeks. The patch program is underway and is expected to be complete mid to late this summer. The Utica Road Streetscape project from Gratiot to 12 Mile Road is expected to start in June. Please recall this project will receive over $600,000 in funding from TAP and safety grants. The largest current project, which is the bidding process, is the MAC reconstruction from 12 Mile to 13 Mile. The construction cost estimate for this project is approximately $4 million. Federal aid will cover approximately $3.2 million of this. This project will commence this summer. We have had and will continue significant communication with the affected businesses and residents. There are several developments in the engineering review stage, which we will expect to be in ground this summer. All in all, construction continues to pick up in the city. Thank you for your time, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any question? Councilman Boyd?
Do you think the roads are gonna still be messed up after this?
We are doing what we can to fix them at this time with the roads that we have jurisdiction over.
Got one more question. Do the potholes scare you now?
Our roads are quite damaged after this winter, but now we are entering our biggest construction season this spring to fix the damage.
Okay.
Any last questions? Councilman Swayze?
did we exceed the budget for this repair on this construction site, or does the grant that you got with the 600,000 cover everything?
It covers everything.
Thank you.
Any last questions? Thank you. Next up will be our Director of Information Services.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. My name is Andrew Franzone, Director of Information Services, and I'm very happy to be here this morning. Our department maintains the city's network infrastructure, all computers and mobile units, including hardware and software. We also maintain our website, cable channel equipment, and the entire phone system as well. We are proud to support all of our employees and continue looking forward to technology enhancements. Thank you. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any question? Councilman Boyd?
Do you know anything about the scammers that, like, how can we block out the scammers or people that call us and stuff with our area codes too? It's kind of crazy.
We do know about them, and we are doing everything we can to stop them.
Any last questions? Thank you. Next up will be our fire chief.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. So the Roseville Fire Department is very proud to announce the reductions in our insurance safety organization fire protection rating. We have reduced our ISO rating from a level 4 to a level 2. This ranks the Roseville Fire Department in the top 1% in the state of Michigan and the top 2% in the nation for fire protection. This is worth 5 years of work and effort of the fire department, water department, city management, the mayor, and the council. We are advising all businesses and residents in the city to have their insurance reviewed for reduced insurance rates. The city of Roseville, St. Clair Shores, and East Point have received a grant from the state of Michigan for smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Please contact the Roseville Fire Department or go to the city website to fill in your request for the installation of these detectors. We will be coming out to install up to 5 smoke detectors and 1 carbon monoxide detector on May 10th at no cost to any citizen. Any questions?
Questions for our fire chief? Councilman Boyd?
Do you feel as if smoke detectors should be required in people's homes? Because nowadays people just take them out because they don't like the beep, because they don't like to change the battery.
Most definitely, because the batteries are only so good for so long, and you should be testing your fire detectors up to every 6 months.
Any last questions? Councilman Swayze?
I'd just like to say thank you for your hard work and for being top 1%.
I'm very proud.
Anything else?
It's actually about like 0.5% to be exact, but you know, we're rounding.
Any last words? Thank you. Next up will be our library director.
Good morning, Mayor and Council members. With the 3rd grade reading law in effect this year, it's very important that young children read during the summer. The Roseville Public Library can help children retain and improve their reading skills by offering great summer reading club programs that stress the joy of reading. This year's Summer Reading Club space-related theme is A Universe of Stories. By encouraging children and teens to keep track of minutes spent reading and giving them credit for attending library programs and using library technology, they can meet their summer reading goals and have a great time. For a different summer reading experience, the library will begin to offer a book camp for kids who have finished kindergarten through grade 3. This immersive literature program will take a daily book and theme and use activities to make the story richer. Of course, we encourage people of all ages to read, and Popular Adult Summer Reading Program once again offers incentives to read, including a $100 gift card to Mr. Paul's for one lucky winner, among other prizes. I hope you'll stop by your public library this summer. Thank you.
Any questions? Councilman Ahmed?
You mentioned a lot about getting K through the 3rd grade to read. What are you doing to get the older kids to get into books?
There's offered teen programs.
Okay. Any last question? Thank you. Next up will be our Parks and Recreation Director.
Good morning. Now that the weather is warmer and more residents are using the parks, we have seen an increase in vandalism in the parks as well as people not cleaning up after their pets. Residents can help control vandalism and keep their parks clean by taking an active role in keeping an eye on the parks and carrying a bag to clean up after their pets when they walk them. Anybody witnessing or knowing of anybody damaging park property, please call the Recreation Authority office at 445-5480 or the Roseville Police Department at 775-2100. Mark your calendars for our second annual Vendor Show and Taste Fest on Friday, May 10th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Recreation Authority Center. Over 60 vendors will be displaying and selling their products, and you can sample delicious food from 10 local restaurants. The Recreation Authority is once again sponsoring the Walk Michigan program to encourage fitness and promote healthy lifestyles with the walking program. The walks begin at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 18th at Spindler Park in East Point, and Thursday, June 20th at Veterans Memorial Park in Roseville. The walks will continue every Tuesday at Spindler Park and Thursday at Memorial Park through July 25th. Finally, please help save a life by scheduling an appointment to donate blood at the blood drive scheduled for Wednesday, May 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Recreation Authority Center. Log in at redcrossblood.org or call the Recreation Authority at 586-445-5480 to schedule an appointment. Thank you.
Any questions? Councilman Boyd?
Do you know what's a way that we can get some type of fund to get better basketball rims at Memorial on 11 Mile?
A bake sale?
Okay.
So, any last questions from the council? With that, thank you. Now we will move on to our police chief.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. I'm Anthony Rosati, and I'm the police chief. The Roseville Police Department will be having a charity basketball game at the Roseville Rec Center on Saturday, May 18th at 5:30 p.m. It is going to be the Roseville Police versus the Royalty Mentorship Program, which is a program that takes students from, I think it's inner city Detroit, and allows them to play basketball with the police. They have to have a B average in order to play in the game, and it's a great way to connect the community to the police. Also, there is a memorial for fallen police officers in 2018 in front of City Hall on May 16th at 6 p.m. The second week of May is Police Memorial Week, and so the police staff will be hosting that memorial to commemorate the fallen officers in 2018.
Any questions? Councilman Ahmed?
For the basketball game, you said that the students are required to have a B average. Can I just ask why? I mean, most schools don't even require a B average to play sports.
Well, it's trying to create a better environment for the children and make sure that the kids are staying on track so that they can be better students and better people out in the world after they get out of school. So it's trying to focus on creating better human beings.
And I have one more question. Does it cost to sign up for this game or to get into the game?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I mean, you can donate. I'm not assuming it's gonna be like a $5 fee or something.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Boyd?
Are you gonna participate?
The game? I might go watch. I'm probably not gonna play, no.
Why not?
Because that's my officer's jobs.
Okay.
Councilman Swayze?
You know what we could do about my parking ticket I caught like last week for parking in the handicap spot?
Come into the station and you can talk to our desk manager about it and see if we can get it figured out.
Thank you.
I have a question. Do the proceeds of tickets for the basketball game just go to the police department?
They're going to go to the police department, and some of it is going to go to the royalty mentorship program so that they can help create an even better environment for the kids that they're helping out.
All right, thank you. Oh, Councilman Lord.
What percent, like how much of a percent is going to them?
At the moment, I do not know the answer to that question, but as we get closer to the event, we will figure it out. Half. Okay, well, apparently I was just informed that it is half the proceeds.
Any last question? Thank you.
Thank you and have a great day.
Next up will be our treasurer.
Good morning, Mayor and Council members. As many of you know, the Treasurer's Office takes in all the money that comes into the city of Roseville. We get checks from the federal government for firefighters and ambulance runs, from state government for revenue sharing and roads, and from Macomb County for delinquent taxes. In fact, we are anticipating a check from the county for delinquent taxes on real property for $1.2 million sometime next week, which will close out the 2018 tax year. That's a serious chunk of change. We also get citizens coming in every day to pay water bills, buy garbage bags, and purchase building permits or business licenses. We get money collected by the library, the court, and the Recreation Authority. Next month, we will begin to prepare the summer tax bills and send them out July 1st. And residents can come in, mail, or use our convenient drop box to pay those. We are also seeing an increasing number of people, especially young people, make electronic payments using the links on the city website. Thank you for this opportunity to update you on the Treasurer's operations. Come by and see us sometime and give us some money. That completes my report, and I am happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions? Thank you. Next item on the agenda will be report from the city clerk.
City Clerk would like to remind the council and affiliates of the upcoming election in November and the need for election inspectors. Positions are available for any interested parties with compensation offered for participants. If you are interested, I have applications available per request. Make sure to fill them out and get them back to me, or in this case, Mr. Steenland, ASAP. Thank you.
Any questions? Next item on the agenda will be report from the city manager.
I have like 50 different reports, but I'm only going to share 2 of them. Road work on the I-696 service drive began April 22nd and should be complete by early June. Work has begun on the westbound lanes and will switch to eastbound lanes in approximately 2 weeks. This is a mill and repaving project with some nighttime work. Also, the annual Rose Fest will be held from June 6th to June 9th at Veterans Memorial Park. Discount ride wristband vouchers are now on sale at city offices and the Recreation Center. Vouchers are $18 each in advance.
Any questions? Councilman Ahmed?
To help the city, what are you doing to keep the parks clean during the Rose Fest?
That is something for the Parks and Recreation Authority. We'll be managing them to deal with that.
Okay, thank you.
And volunteers.
Any last questions? Next item on the agenda will be report from the city attorney.
So one report that I want to bring up is the new City of Roseville Tobacco Products and Vape Products Ordinance. This is regarding protecting our public health and safety. We are definitely honing in on the high school with this because prohibiting anyone under 18 having possession of tobacco products, vape products, and prohibiting all or any sales of tobacco and vape products to any people under the age of 18.
Any questions? Councilman Boyd?
Why $500? Why not like?
Well, actually, before that, you are given a $50 ticket, and then you are supposed to take a health class, which then will go over things, and once you accomplish those 2 things, that is all you have to pay. But if you choose to not pay your $50 or not go to those classes, then we will go to your parents, and then they will pay the $500. So as long as you fulfill those two requirements with the $50 in the class, it is no more than $50.
Councilman Ahmed?
So what are you doing within the schools to catch students with these tobacco products and vape products?
Well, we are doing more checks. So what we are doing is we have Officer Gus Weiler and our other officers keeping aware of what is going on in the school with our cameras and just periodic checks, hopefully, and just making sure, and if teachers say anything, just to make sure we report it and make sure our students are making wise choices. So, yes, communication.
Okay, thank you.
Councilwoman Lord?
How will we hold local businesses accountable for selling to underage users?
Well, we are basically, we have let them know that you cannot do that. So we are trying to make sure that they know and enforce the ID, and it's a little bit more strict with that. So we're kind of putting more restrictions and eyes on selling.
Any more questions? Thank you. Next item on the agenda will be the second hearing of the public. The hearings of the public are designated. Public comments on agenda items only will be heard at the first hearing. The second hearing of the public will be for any city business. Upon approaching the podium, please state your name and address. Address the chair. You are welcome to direct questions, input information, and/or express opinions to the council. Anyone using inappropriate language will be called out of order and will correct their language or leave the podium. Limit your remarks to not exceed 3 minutes. Anyone not adhering to these rules will be called out of order by the chair.
Is this on? Can you hear me? Thank you. Are we also being televised, Mayor?
Yes, we are.
Thank you. I am attorney Barnabas Johnson, pardon me. Need a better podium here. I'm from the law firm of Liars, Cheaters, and Thieves. We have offices in Escanaba, Farmington, and also in Grayling. You can reach us at 1-866-BAD-LAW. That's 866-BAD-LAW. Thank you. Mayor and Council, again, I am here representing my client, Mr. R.M. Steenland, in regards to one of your ordinances that you have. It seems that under your animal ordinance, you prohibit hooved animals. And my client, Mr. Steenland, he runs a very charitable organization. He raises pygmy goats at his pygmy goat ranch here in the city. And coming in trying to follow the laws and get a business license, he was told that he can't have this type of business because there's a prohibition against hooved animals. Now, I want the council to please consider amending that ordinance. We're not talking cows or horses or buffalo or large hooved animals. We're talking pygmy goats at a pygmy goat ranch. I mean, these are small. Madam Mayor, you can put them in your purse. And they're special relief and stress, help service animals, these little goats. A matter of fact, they've never harmed, no one has ever been injured by a pygmy goat that I'm aware of. And this is so important that I just ask on behalf of my clients, so we don't have to litigate this matter. I really believe that the courts would look favorably at these assistance animals. Just saying. If you would please consider looking at this ordinance and amending it to allow these small, service animals, these pygmy goats, so Mr. Steenland can run this pygmy goat ranch. We really would appreciate this. We're even willing to offer these small service and performance animals at your Rose Fest, free of charge. They're beautiful animals, but please, council, I implore, I don't want to, I don't want to take much more of your time. I certainly don't want to spend your valuable resources financially by long-term litigation. So again, Barnabas Johnson, you can reach me at 866-BAD-LAW. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Barnabas.
Mr. Johnson. Barnabas is the first name. You can call me Barney if you like.
Barney?
Barney, yes, sir.
Barney, okay.
Like barnyard, pygmy goat, Barney, yeah.
Okay, Barney, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your concerns. I think me and my fellow council and the mayor can look into that if you continue to use the animals at the next 3 years at the Rose Fest for free of charge.
We would love to do that. Sally's the littlest of the pygmy goats. She's a perfect performer. We'd love to be out there. We'd be glad to do that. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, any last comments? Hey. He is a citizen.
Hi, my name is Christopher Kringolinski. I live at 18727 North Pole Drive. I have a very specific proposal I'd like to pass on to City Council. I would like you guys, as your legislative body, to change Christmas to July. I have various reasons noted here. I'd like to give you each a copy of my proposal. Would you please look at that?
Thank you.
Who's, I got something for, oh, you were the lucky one. I got you a stocking. I got that for you. So anyhow, my goal is to change Christmas to July. And the reason I say that is because you know how cold it is trying to put up lights and stuff? And it's very, very cold when you put up lights. And this way we could do a parade down Common Road, and then we could do fireworks, and it'd be Christmas in July. Have you guys ever heard of that before? Macy's has a sale, our van has a sale, everybody has a sale. Why don't we? What do you think? You like that idea? Did you read my proposal?
I read the first one you gave me,
Read it
yes.
again.
Okay, the third one. I'll read all of them.
Excuse me, I have a
It's a
question.
really good proposal.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do these correlate with
Yeah.
Christmas in July prescription painkillers?
Well, if you take as many of those as I do, you'd see why.
All right, this is getting out of order. Can you
So
wrap
what
it
do
up?
you think of the proposal?
We can
So I
table it
think
for
it's a
another
great
time.
idea. You know, you wouldn't slip off your roof because there's no ice on the roof in July, right? You could, I know a guy lives down the street that has these pygmy goats. He wouldn't have any problem selling them around July. It's a lot easier than selling them in December when they're freezing, shaking. Nobody wants to buy one when they're all like that.
All right, we will definitely table it for discussion. Is that all?
Table it. We don't have that much time. July's right around the corner. I want to get the parade together. I got to talk to Mrs. Claus, and she can be a real pain. You know, the reindeer aren't used to the warm weather, so I got to acclimate them. What are we going to do? Can you help a brother out?
Our council members will discuss that at a later time, and we'll see what we can do.
Can we sing a little Christmas carol together?
We will discuss that.
Are you ready?
Um,
Which one do you want to do?
I think Rudolph would be a
we
good
will
choice.
discuss that later.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
All right,
I
I think we're
didn't say I
exceeding
was
time.
And he knows. Come on.
City clerk, are we exceeding
And
time?
if you ever saw it, you.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Anybody? You guys, do you even believe in me?
No comment?
Pardon me?
No comment.
No comment. What do you think, bro?
Can't really, I mean, the entire world celebrates it in.
All right, please wrap it up.
Why can't we do it in
Excuse me,
July
Mayor.
then?
Time has elapsed.
Oof,
I don't
time's
see.
up.
Does
I'm
anybody in the
sorry.
audience have a problem with Christmas in July?
Police
Raise your
chief,
left
can
hand.
we get him out of here?
Raise your left hand. See?
Can you get them both out of here, please?
I already owe you money. Thank you, thank you. But wait, do you
Order.
have a problem with Christmas in July? Why?
Out of order.
Wait, I
Police
know
chief,
why.
please
Wait.
remove them. All right. Any last comments from the public? All right, next item on the agenda will be discussion from the city council. We will start with our councilman, over with Councilman Swayze. Any items you want to discuss before we end it?
I would really just like to say thank you to everybody who voiced their opinions today. Thank you for everybody who is working to make our community safer, better, make it look nice. Thank you to everybody who is helping in the library, fire department, police department, construction. And I just hope that we can keep it up and stay consistent with it. Thank you.
Councilman Osterhout? Nothing? Councilman Boyd?
I just wanted to thank Mr. LaFeeve for letting me see how city government works.
Councilman Ahmed?
I just want to say a quick thank you to obviously the school for presenting me with this opportunity. Everyone on the council. Shout out to Frontera for teaching me everything today, and thank you.
Mayor Pro Temp.
I would like to thank Ms. Collius for all the opportunities she has given me this year. I'd also like to thank the real Mayor Pro Tem, Jan Haggerty. Thank you. And just everyone today. Thanks.
On to me. I would like to thank our heads of department for giving us such descriptions, letting us know what's going on in our city all the time. Our administration, again, letting us know everything. I would like to thank Ms. Collius and Mr. Lafee for bringing this opportunity to us. I think we learned a lot today, whether it be how the city government works, how council meetings don't always go as planned, and also just leadership in general. I think that is always a key thing to learn in your life, and this definitely helped elevate that for us. Lastly, Joe Manfreda Dash on May 4th, Rosefest June 6th to June 9th. Everyone come out, support Roseville, your city, citizens of your city. And that is all. Thank you guys. If that is it from our council, I will need a motion for adjournment.
So moved. I second the motion for adjournment.
Motion from Councilman Osterhout, support by Councilman Swayze. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Meeting adjourned.